What's going on, guys? Albie with Albie Legacy, and we have another playtesting video here. Goblins versus Burn. Good old Burn decks. Playtesting with my boy David Windmiller in the motherfucking house. Chain lightning to the face to get this party started. So here when we were playing against Burn, it's pretty simple matchup. You're just racing them. They're gonna try to just burn you to the face. He's gonna play a Figure of Destiny here. Not a lot of lists are running. This is a kind of an outdated burn list. He told me afterwards, but I believe they run, from what he told me, Grim Lava Mancer instead of the Figure of Destiny now. But here's the deal. So the way you're gonna beat Burn basically is you want to run out some creatures that they have to burn out. Maybe some lackeys, a chieftain, war chiefs, things that they're gonna use their removal on, and you don't want to take too much damage from their creatures because they can just like kill you out of nowhere. So that's the plan, really, when you're playing against Burn, is just to try to get them to use their burn spells to avoid them killing you. So here I'm going for Matron. Right now I'm trying to put pressure, trying to cast some guys here that's going to force him to use some of the removal in his hand towards my creatures, because it doesn't bother me if he burns out my creatures, because I mean we are goblins, and we just generate so much card advantage that we will win that war easily. So I grabbed the Stingscourger. I want to get rid of that Figure of Destiny. I want to bring it back to his hand. I don't want to grab a Gempalm Incinerator, because a Gempalm is not going to do the job, because he can in response kill one of our dudes or something like that. Plus it's 4/4 right now. And another thing is we don't want to grab the Tarfire. Tarfire can't kill it. We don't want to take any more damage from that Figure of Destiny, because I'm sure his hand is loaded. And now we're taking 2 damage every turn, so now the clock is extremely accelerated. So we are in big trouble right now. We're at 11. We have no type of pressure, so things are looking real grim here. And David has a full hand, so shit's about to get real. He's about to go balls deep on us goblins. So I think right now he's just thinking that he can just kill us this turn. So he plays a Figure of Destiny. He starts doing the math in his hands, and he realizes that he can kill us this turn. So he's like, you know what? We're not gonna play that. We're gonna finish you guys off. We're gonna finish the goblins off. So this is why you have to watch it will burn, because these guys can just kill you out of nowhere. And I'm at 11 right now, and comes Lava Spike for 3. Here comes a Lightning Bolt, followed by another Lightning Bolt, and a Fire Blast. And that is game number 1. I scoop them up, and now we move to game number 2. He mulliganed to 6, I believe, which is good for us. He's gonna start off with a Goblin Guide. We're gonna let it reveal, and then we're going to Tarfire it. We don't want to take any damage from his creatures, as little as possible. We're gonna lead off with the Lackey. He's gonna probably have to kill this Lackey here, which is good for us, because he already mulliganed to 6. We already took care of his Goblin Guide, and now we're just running his hand low on cards, which is what you want to do against Burn. The Marauders are down in play. We can just chump block this guy. When he comes in, he does deal 1. Then when he leaves play, he deals another 1. But for the most part, we don't want to take 3 damage from this guy, so we have to chump block him. He's gonna come in, and I know from here he's probably going to use a burn spell on my Lackey because I'm not going to block. Which is fine because I said we were going to chump block, but he had to use a spell to get rid of the Lackey. So, I mean, it's the same thing. He would have used that spell on us. So now we're going to lead off with the Chieftain. And I decide, you know what, Warchief is better at this point because it's going to make it easier for me next turn to just dump my hand. Also, a Chieftain or a Warchief are kind of big trouble for any deck because it's really good in Goblins, and he's going to look for a way to kill this, and if he doesn't, then we're just going to take over the board here. So he decides to go straight to the face. He's just going to try to kill us. So I played the Warchief over the Chieftain here, so that way we can play more spells this turn. Here we go. So I decide here that I might grab a Piledriver, and then I'm like, nah, I already have a Piledriver in hand. I'm going to go ahead and grab another Chieftain. Because that Chieftain might get killed, and the Warchief might get killed, and I want some type of haste to continue my attacks. We're coming, smashing on through, all up in those sugar walls, balls deep. No Vaseline. Boom, takes the damage. And let's see what he does here. He's running low on gas. And we are taking over the game. This is basically what you want to do when you're playing against Burn. Try to run him out of cards. And not have your life total too low. Because they can just win from, you know, from anywhere. It's crazy. I think he's debating here whether he wants to go to the face or he wants to kill a guy. So he's just going to suspend risk both here. Leave some mana up. So I know he has some mana up here, so we're going to go ahead and just try to go real hard on him. So there goes the next Chieftain. He's in trouble right now. And a Piledriver. He has a Fire Blast in hand, the only thing that he can really deal with. He has to kill the Piledriver, but, I mean, the game's pretty much over at this point. There's nothing he can do. I mean, we have a tremendous board state right now, and he has one card in hand, which is the Price of Progress, which is not going to do anything at this point. So now we're moving on to game number 3. So, starts off with a Figure of Destiny. Believe he mulligan to 6 again. We're going to go off with a Vial. And he has a 1-land hand. So things are not looking good for Burn. We got the Vial out. So we're going to be able to apply some pressure pretty quickly here. Mogg War Marshals come down. So now we got some chump blockers. That Figure of Destiny is no longer an issue. And he desperately needs a land right now. Stuck on 1 land on Burn is kind of sucks. Even though he has a lot of spells he can cast, he needs to be able to cast multiple Burn spells in one turn to actually be able to move forward on the, you know, in the game state. So he suspends Risk Bolt. I'm just going to move to it. Now we can cast a Chieftain and possibly drop another Mogg War Marshal or Piledriver. And this is what makes Goblins so explosive. Just out of nowhere. So now he's going to use a Burn spell on the Chieftain, which we're more than happy with. Because, you know, again, if we can just eliminate a lot of those Burn spells, that is going to be good news for us. Because we have plenty of guys to play. creatures is not our concern. Alright, so everybody takes 4 here. We are fine with that as well. Vial takes up to 3. Now things are going to get scary. Vial at 3. 3 land. A lot of shit can happen now. Goblin Matron. And you already know what's coming. I'll let you guys guess. That's right. Motherfucking Chieftain. For those of you guys that don't like Chieftain in the Goblin decks, nobody asked you. Nobody gives a shit what you think. Goblin Chieftain fucks shit up. Goblin Lackey. And this is game, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.